In this video, I have 4 gingerbread ideas for you. So let's get started with the first one, which is a ho 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 banner. I'm going to use a wood gingerbread man. I purchased these wooden ornaments from Dollar General, and I'm going to trace around it onto my pennant shape. And I'm going to use Nutmeg by Apple Barrel to paint my gingerbread man with. Now I am going to set him to the side to dry while I make my H. I just made an H with a piece of cardboard. Now I'm going to trace around that cardboard H onto my pennant shape. And I'm going to paint Christmas green stripes on my H. I've also made some with bright red stripes. Now I'm going to be using this lid to make a circle because I'm going to, for the O in the ho ho ho, I'm going to be making peppermints. And now I'm going to be painting this one bright red, but I also did use Christmas green to paint one as well. Now I'm going to add details to my gingerbread man using white paint. Almost forgot his buttons. There we go. Now I'm using a measuring tape along with my ribbon to adjust where I want to place each individual pennant onto my banner. I measured my mantle that they will be hanging from so that I will know how much length I had, and then that way it allowed me to space them out evenly across the length of the banner. That's it. How cute is that? Okay, for this next one, I'm doing a butter dish. I just showed you one that I made for Easter, and this one is going to be for Christmas. I'm using one of the wooden gingerbread men from Dollar Tree, and I'm painting him with that nutmeg. Now I'm using a black permanent marker to draw my candy canes and my lollipops and my hard candies onto the lid of the butter dish. I also got this butter dish from the Dollar Tree. And now I'm just using bright red, Christmas green, nutmeg to color in each of the individual treats that I drew onto the lid of the butter dish. Now I'm adding the details to my gingerbread man. I did forget to put his buttons on, but I added them later on. I don't show it in the video, but I promise you he does have buttons now. Now I'm going over the red again because it looked kind of pink. Now I'm going to use a combination of Fix-Sol by Super Glue and hot glue to adhere the gingerbread man to the lid. And there we have it. Now I'm going to be making a gingerbread man pillow. This cardboard gingerbread man I have here came with a cookie pan, and I'm just tracing it onto my material and then cutting it out. Now I'm using hot glue to put my 2 pieces of material together. And I'm just working in small sections all the way around the gingerbread man. I'm going to leave the top open so that I can put the stuffing in. Now I'm just putting the stuffing in. I'm working that into each of his limbs, his legs, and his arms. And once I get the stuffing in, I get it as full as I want it, then I will close up the top. Now I'm adding the details to my gingerbread man. I am just using this white rope here, and I'm going to put that onto his legs, his arms, and then around his head. These are some black buttons that I'm using to make the gingerbread man's eyes. And then I'm using this round shoestring to make the mouth with. And then I'm going to use some more of that white rope to create a bow to put on the head. And then I'm going to put a green jingle bell up there. I'm also using some red beads to make buttons down the front of the gingerbreads. And there goes that green jingle bell. There we go. Now for the next one, I'm doing the same thing, except it's going to be smaller, and I'm making an ornament. I made 3 of these, one for each of my grandchildren. Just doing the same thing with the hot glue, adhering the 2 pieces together, and then once again leaving the top open. And I'm going to put my stuffing in. I'm going to use my scissors to help work it into the legs and the arms easier. And then once I get to the top, before I close it off, I'm going to cut a piece of jute to make a hanger. And I'm going to glue that inside. And then I will glue the head of the gingerbread man closed. And I'm going to take some of that rope, but I've separated it because it was in 2 strands, and I've made it into 1. And then I drew a face on and added some jingle bells, and there's the little girl one. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.